To the Prime Minister. In your AUKUS speech, you referred to Australia's proud leadership in non-proliferation, but constituents tell me they fear a nuclear arms race because of AUKUS. Does the government plan to merely meet safeguards or now join the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons in line with a motion you successfully proposed at the Labor National Conference in 2018, seconded by the now Defence Minister and reaffirmed in 2021?
The call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the member for her question and for her commitment on these issues, including to nuclear non-proliferation. The Labor Party has a proud history of championing practical, international non-proliferation and disarmament efforts, going back to the work that Gareth Evans and the Hawke government did, going through to the work that was undertaken under the Rudd and Gillard governments, and that will continue to occur under a government that I'm proud to lead. We are steadfast in our support for the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons as the cornerstone of the global non-proliferation and disarmament regime. And there is no question that Australia recognises the devastating consequences for humanity of any use of nuclear weapons. And tragically, we've seen that authoritarian tin pot dictator, Vladimir Putin, threaten the use of nuclear weapons against the people of Ukraine. So we know the consequences of proliferation. We are redoubling our efforts to achieve a world free of nuclear weapons, including by helping others to meet the same high standards to which we hold ourselves. Now, on the issue of nuclear propulsion for submarines, it's important to draw the distinction. They have nuclear propulsion. They will not have nuclear weapons. We are not acquiring nuclear weapons.
The Prime Minister will pause. I'll hear from the member for Goldstein on point of order.
On relevance, Mr Speaker, the question was, does the government plan to sign the treaty?
Well, the question for part of it is asking about a decision of a national conference, which under the standing orders is not applicable to the Prime Minister. So for that part of the question, he can delete that and I'll ask him in continuation.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker. In the lead-up to seems like a long time ago, I've got to say, to the San Diego announcement, we have said publicly that myself and the Defence Minister and the Foreign Minister spoke to more than 60 world leaders and briefed them. What we also did was we had the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, Secretary-General Grossi, in close liaison with us, the political leadership of this country, as well as our defence leadership, to make sure that everything we were doing was completely in compliance with our commitments on the Treaty on Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, the NPT, but also that everything we have done is completely in accord with the Treaty of Rarotonga, which is very important for our Pacific Island friends. We made sure that we got that right. Now, on the issue of the Treaty for the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, Australia certainly has a view very clearly that a world without nuclear weapons would be a very good thing. We don't acquire them ourselves. We wish that they weren't there. What we will do, though, is we'll work systematically and methodically through the issues in accordance with the commitments that were made in the national platform.
Prime Minister,
they're there.
Time has